Hello and welcome to my 5th Java tutorial, and today what we will be teaching is variable types, okay? Variable types is very important. Not in just Java, but in just programming and coding in general. Variable types is very important and is a topic that we need to go in depth, okay? Okay, so let's start with variables, okay? In Java, all variables have to be declared to be used. This is like real life, okay? You have to make your sandwich first before you eat it, or else there's no sandwich, there's nothing to eat, okay? So like in programming languages and like everything, you have to have a variable to use it, to change it, to manipulate it. You have to declare it before you use it, okay? So there are many variables, okay? Primitive and reference, okay? I'm not going to explain this now because I explained it in my last episodes, in my last video, so go check all of them out, and yeah, okay? So there are all data types and have different forms and types. Don't know what data types are, check my last video, okay? So they are like math variables. Hey, remember in like 7th grade math, you had a x, and x is a variable, and you can manipulate it, change it, and it can become 10, it could be 1 million, it could be anything, okay? So, yeah. Basically, there are different steps in creating a variable, manipulating it, and changing it, and putting use to it, okay? So, all variables must be declared before being used, okay? So, here is, like I said before, they must be used. They must be declared before they get used, okay? So here is the general process of declaring variables. Okay, so you have to have a type, the data type, like before we named, and an identifier. Okay, so for example, integer and age. Okay, we explained integer last time in the last video, and yeah, so the type is the data type. Yeah, last video, okay, check that out. The identifier is like its special label. It's like the label that you give it. Like you have a laptop. It could be a MacBook Pro, a Hewlett-Packard, Acer, Asus, anything like that, okay? And there will be many integers in our future programs, so we have to keep it special. We have to keep it unique, okay? And keeping it unique, it has to be suitable, and it has to be very suitable for it, because you can't name all your like variables swear words, or else it's going to be extremely hard to read, and people are going to go like, what the hell are you doing? That's retarded, okay? So step 2, initialization, okay? So after declaring a variable, okay, we named it and we gave it its data type, okay? Here is the general process of initializing, okay? So when you want to initialize a variable, you get an identifier and you put an equal sign, which is the assignment operator, and your value that you want to make your identifier, your data type to. So here is like age, okay? Age is an integer, and we make it equal to 13. Now age is 13, okay? I don't care what it is 13. Hey, the equal sign is just like in normal math. It assigns the value to your variable. It is called the assignment operator. That's not some random thing that came up with my brain. It is the assignment operator, okay? Okay, now I'm going to show you a demonstration, everyone. So, demonstration! Hello, and we are here back in our IntelliJ IDE, back to the code. Now, what we're going to do is declare it. Remember how to declare it. We have put the data type, the type, okay? Now the identifier, what I want to name this integer, the special name I want to name it. So age, I name it age. Now that we have age, that is an integer type, we can assign it. Okay, type your identifier and put the assignment operator and put the thing that you want to assign it to. Now age is 13. Okay. Now that age is 13, let's prove it. Okay, system out print line, and then type age. Okay. Now, when you want to print an variable data type, you do not need to put quotation marks, because quotation marks are only for strings of text. So basically, you only need to put age. Okay, let's run this. Run. Okay, now it print 13, so now age is 13. Okay, now this is the whole process of creating a age integer, declaring a variable, and showing it onto the screen. So let's go back to our presentation. Okay, so we're back and we finished the demonstration, so let's move on to the next place. Now, we're gonna go into a little bit more complicated and weird concepts of variables, okay? These might seem really weird and hard, but stay with me and concentrate, okay? So now we're going to talk about local variables, okay? So local variables are declared in methods, constructors, or blocks. A block of text is like, you know those curly braces? It's anything within that, and that is a block, okay? So when local variables are declared in a method, they cannot be used in other methods or classes, okay? It can be only used within the method, constructor, or block, okay? There is no default value for local variables, so local variables should be declared an initial value. It should be assigned before the use. Okay, so now we're gonna do another demonstration. Let's go to our IntelliJ IDE. Okay, hello, we are back into our IntelliJ IDE, and let's demonstrate something. Okay, so let's do int age. Okay, let's keep this in a little compacted place. Let's tighten it up. That's what she said. Okay, let's create a method. Okay, public void, let's say dog. Okay, public dog. Okay, whatever this is. What's this problem? Expected a right. We have to put this here. That there. Okay, so public dog. Okay, now what now? We're gonna try and use int age. Okay, age equals 2. That's really weird. We can't use age. Why is that? Because age is inside main and cannot be used in other methods besides its own method. So age has to be there. Okay? Now, this is a local variable and it can be only visible within its own method body. So I can change it now here, but I can't change it. I can't change it in another place. It will give me an error here. Cannot resolve symbol age. Basically means that I don't know what the hell you're talking about. What's age? I can't find it. What? Because it's a local variable in main. It cannot be seen here. Okay, let's go back to our presentation. Okay, so we are back to our presentation and we're gonna move on to the next step. No, just next kind of variables, okay? So an instant variable are declared in classes, but not in the method, okay? In the constructor or body, okay? Instant variables are created when you create the object. So remember last time in the object-oriented examples, you create the object and then, yeah, it'll be created when you call that object, okay? When you create the new keyword, remember that? Yeah, you should remember that. But instance variables are visible for all methods in that class, okay? Only the methods in the class that you declared it in. It's best to make these variables private. You don't need to really understand that. We're going to explain that further through our tutorials. Okay, so instance variables have default values, so no need to initialize. Okay, so now let's try something. Okay, we're gonna put it in our class. There is nothing inside, nothing. Okay, it's not in a method, it's just in our class. Okay, so we're gonna do private int cat. Okay, now private int cat. Okay, so now let's try using it here. So cat equals 12. Okay, so we are back, and basically, from the IntelliJ IDE, we're really happy. So let's do private int cat. Okay, so now this can be used in anything. It can't be used in this because it's a static void. Do not mind, it just can't be used in the main function method. Okay, so let's try it. Cat equals 10. Okay, we did not need to initialize it, so that's perfectly fine. We can manipulate it without initializing it. Okay, so let's try using it in another. Let's first print this out. System.out.println. Wait, cat. Okay, that will print out 10. Okay, public. Now let's do our public void cat. Okay, let's just name it that. And then cat equals 12. Okay, system. And then cat. Alright. Now, there are no errors at all, because it can be used inside any method in the class. So, yeah, just to prove it, let's do int x. Okay, x equals 10. I can't use that because it's not an instance variable. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so basically that's kind of it. So if you like this video, like it. If you do not like it, don't dislike it. If you do not like it, like it. Okay, and yeah, don't forget to subscribe and check my website out in the description. So this is my tutorial on variable types, and see you guys next time.